Yep. Caller, good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning to you. Dominic, good morning to you.
Morning.
Bruce, how things?
Hey there, cool.
Well, first, Bruce, I want to say I would like Constable Shabadi, a speedy recovery, Bruce. He has a serious returning to the youth,
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Such as this COVID, Mr. Alexander spoke about it yesterday. I'm trying to wish him all the best, a speedy recovery, Bruce. Bruce, this with a love that you've been morning. Don't you know with a love that? We just make sure that some come in Trinidad. Don't you know that, right? Do you see?
Oi.
The video circling down in Paradise? Bruce, he does already know what street to climb. Yes? I'm telling you that. Please. Bruce has so vexed about it. I'm telling you about. Monkey doesn't know what street to climb.
So true.
They know what I'm telling you about. I am telling you that. You understand me? Bruce, when I look at it, I have to take off my phone, It gets me so up, I cannot see it, especially when the blood is spitting out that blood in his mouth, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know him before he even born. You understand me? Bruce, we good, yeah? We really, really, really good. I hope they put it up. Honestly to God, I hope they put it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you otherwise?
Ideas.
Yes, Bruce, it's not easy right now. But, Dominic? Oh, Dominic?
Yes, ma'am.
The opposition had COVID or she didn't have COVID?
She said she didn't have it. She still can't explain her absences from the parliament.
Yeah, well, between me and you, since COVID come in, she have it. And she thinks she ain't getting no cure of it up to now. Believe me to God. You all have a good one.
You take care. Caller, good morning. I lost it. Call me back. Yeah. All right, let's see. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
On the issue of Dominic claimed missed opportunity.
I hardly hear any, no caller.
Yeah, on the issue of rum, Dominic claimed a missed opportunity. I beg to differ. Sanders stated their intent. No dishonesty was found. The gentleman, James Juve, no word belonging to any language. While patois may be a derivative of the French language, it is not a language. English is derived from several languages, including German. By claiming Juve belonged to no language, it was his way of attempting to claim the word. Was he successful? No benefits would have been derived by TNT. Juve was spread from TNT to the other Caribbean islands. Thank you.
Somehow I feel you misunderstood what was said.
I didn't. He was muffled, so I didn't really hear what he said. But I think from the little that I picked up, I think he was alluding to the wording of the patent application with respect to Juve not having any meaning in any particular language or so. I think that was the wording, and the concern may have been him wanting to gain intellectual property for the word itself. But again, if it is that they were to do a little research, that the patent that they were looking for was for the use of the word Juve with respect to rum.
Yeah.
Not to, because it would have been, I imagine it would have been very difficult for him to lay claim to the word Juve exclusively so that it couldn't be used for anything else without him having to gain royalties or whatever, as the case may be, because this is something and therefore that would have been picked up and it would have been subject to some legal challenge, right? So I'm getting, based on my research, that it would have been to patent the word for the specific use in rum. So nobody else could come up with a rum by the name of Juve to compete and confuse his particular brand. Right? So that's why I'm saying that a compromise could have been reached.
And then from what his what he said in his apology, it would seem as though he had every intention of doing some stuff here with respect to the word, with respect to the whole rum and everything. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe something could still happen. You know, I don't know.
And it would appear, Bruce, that he has. But I don't know if it is based on his own. I don't know if he's ever been here for Carnival or for any other reason, or if it is based again on whoever his partners are. But he also owns a bar called Last Lap.
Really?
So
okay.
Yes.
Well, you see.
There you go. So the man is probably continuing in that whole vein, in that whole tradition. They are using words. So he probably has an affinity for Trinidad. You never know. But again, people didn't do this research and just jump on the bandwagon. So are we going to call on him now to rename his bar?
We have about 2 more minutes before we go to the break. We can probably take a couple more calls. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, man.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning, Mano.
Trinidad and Tobago. Let me ask Ms. Camilla Prasad, Bissessa, this on my own, individual by myself. Ms. Camilla Prasad Bissessa, did you have the COVID and did you take the vaccine? That's what we want to know in Trinidad and Tobago. Not to ask questions that you should be answering for yourself in the house. You and your bunch of, I don't know what to call them, I want to call them nothing bad, but they're just following you. Ms. Camilla Prasad Bissessa, why don't you walk away? Do like Matt Monroe. Walk away and leave us alone. Let us build this country. Let us do what we have to do here. Everything is a confusion and a bacchanal, a put you and a lie and nothing. Anyway, forget about that for now. Just answer the question. Did you take this? Did you have vaccine? Morning, 1285 going past the street. Good morning, girlfriend. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning to everybody. All of those, they name them Miss Jackie and Jackie, everybody. Love is the answer. Bonnet Gardens and Mount Hope. Love. Only give somebody something today and feel good about yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, we're getting ready to go to a break. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussions. So keep it locked to the Street 909 FM, Titans of Democracy, Dominic, Romain, Bruce Wayne. We'll be right back.
Want to bubble. We don't want no trouble. Bubble up. I come here to bubble. Bubble up. We don't want no trouble. Bubble up. I just want to bubble on the wrong. Hey. 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 Bubble on the bubble on the bubble on the bubble in. KMC. Yes, tonight is education. And we come here to teach people.
Yes, of course.
You see this next song I'm going to sing, I'm singing here right now. When I wrote this song, I just get into the boat ride business.
Okay.
And all how I try to sell boat ride are selling at all. People ain't booking. They only want to book on Cheddar Green. They ain't booking on me at all.
Yeah.
And one morning I wake up and I say my prayers. And the good Lord spoke to me that morning.
What you tell you?
He said, you need to promote your boat ride by singing a song about boat ride.
Yeah.
And when I wake up, I start hearing this vibe around me. And I hear people on the boat singing, play the tune, play the tune, play the tune, play the tune, play the tune.
What? What was that?
Hear me now. I just want to bubble up. We don't want no trouble.
Bubble up.
I come here to bubble.
Bubble up.
We don't want no trouble.
Bubble up.
I just want to bubble on the ground.
Hey.
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 Bubble and a bubble and a bubble and a bubble.
Sing.
Sing. Everybody in the world wants to know. After the carnival, what a soca artists do.
What did I do?
To make money, to mind their family. They keep asking me. Tell them, I say, Marshall, tell it low.
I was selling boat ride.
Say, Marshall, tell it low.
I was selling boat ride.
Bunty darling selling clothes.
I was selling boat
I
ride.
am saucy selling food.
I was selling boat ride.
So it's Marshall rum and I was on boat.
Hey.
Saucy food and I was on boat.
What?
Hey. Go down, the wrong. Oh, go down. I just want to bubble.
Bubble up.
We don't want no trouble.
Bubble up.
I come here to bubble.
Bubble up.
I don't need no trouble.
Bubble up.
I just want to bubble on the wrong.
Hey.
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 Bubble on the bubble on the bubble on the bubble on the. People on the Facebook want to know. After the carnival, what a soca artists do.
What I do?
To make the change, the people them bends and them rings.
Oh, gosh.
They keep asking me. Tell them, I say, Marshall, tell it roll.
I was selling boat ride.
Say, Marshall, tell it roll.
I was selling boat ride.
Yes, I'm buying land with deed.
I was selling boat
I
ride.
hear the prophet selling. So it's Marshall rum and I was all good. Saucy food and I was all good. They go down the wrong and say, I just want to...
Are you experiencing loss of vision or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Simpson's Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpson's Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
For some,
Today is just another routine 24 hours. To others, today is first page in tomorrow's story. It's the audition for tomorrow's performance. It's the spark that ignites tomorrow's change. The perseverance for tomorrow's breakthrough. The first like of tomorrow's big hit. Never take your today for granted. When life is on, those who truly believe in the power of today can become anything tomorrow.
Just be. Be mobile. Just be.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488? Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries. So I could buy a battery for $488? Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive. Which part? Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools. All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny, do you have $488 to lend me?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of 23rd June 2021 stands at new positive cases 225. Total active cases 7,809. Total recovered patients 22,630. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 31,207. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Live within your means. This is one that you've likely heard time and time again, and for good reason, because of how important it is and the significance it can have on your retirement plan. If you want to avoid taking on debt, going broke, and pushing back your chances of retiring at a reasonable age, then it is in your best interest to make sure that your overall spending is less than what you are earning to make sure you are not jeopardizing your financial future. It's always easier said than done, but it's also much easier to practice when you stick to your values and don't worry about how others are spending their money. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back. Just a bit of housekeeping for you. Johnny Q for all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima, Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488 at Johnny Q, number 15 R. Peter Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63-TOOLS. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will be open on a limited basis to continue to provide essential eye care services to you. Our services are currently limited to emergency and critical eye care only, and we will require you to make an appointment at this time. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. Digicel customers get all the convenience. Now you're no longer limited to paying with your credit card. Use your Visa debit card on My Digicel app to pay your Digicel Plus and mobile top-up or purchase a plan. Download the My Digicel app in your mobile app store today. Yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. So real. Get that perfect smile. Beauty is in every aisle. So take care of your body. We have all you need to stay healthy. Pennywise, yes, it's true. Pennywise just for you. Pennywise gives you more to love. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons, and Riyad Emirates, even Raymond Ramnarayan and Rafi B, has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So, what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Yes, so Dominic, we are back.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you want to continue taking calls, or you have something to add?
Yeah. There's just two things I wanted to touch on, right? Mm-hmm. So as I mentioned earlier, the invitation of Angie, I would have listened to the afternoon drive show yesterday. And so it took on the form of a cricket match between PNM and the UNC. And on the UNC team, it was the likes of Kingsley, Long Circular, Kunji, a guy by the name of Brooklyn, and some others that I'm not familiar with because I've In fact, I've never heard of them really. It's only, I guess they probably only call the afternoon show. And then on the P&M side, you had Rowley Jr., Barataria, Andrew, and others.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically batters and batsmen and bowlers and stuff, and you know. So yeah, but so I listened for a bit, and you know, some of the misinformation that I heard coming from these UNC batsmen, and they claim they hit a 6 with that, you know. Yes, I hit a 6 and hit 4 and hit the ball out of the over, all kind of madness. I said, really? Well, you're serious? Long Circular said something, Bruce, that I wanted to address. You know, because they call Long Circular the guru. He knew everything he could. Yeah, he's a guru. He could come and rattle off. You have a list of things, and you know, he's the repository of all the good things that the People's Partnership did when they were in office. So yesterday he mentioned that this government, you know, that the government is raiding the HSF fund, but the People's Partnership never touched the HSF fund. And this government hasn't put any money into the HSF fund. Let me tell Long Circular something. The HSF was the last bastion of savings this country had under the 2010 to 2015 that the PP couldn't touch. And I stress on the word couldn't. Because if they could have, they would have. And I suppose it's because they couldn't touch that is why they went, while they would have taken the exchequer account to the highest overdraft in the country's history, where they left, they came in, it was, when they left it in 2015, it was at about just over 33 billion. Prior to that, the highest it had ever been was at 10 billion, right? Mm-hmm. With all the things that Mr. Manning did, 10 billion. And the reason why they couldn't go into it is because the law, the HSF Act at that time, set out the conditions under which they would have been able to go in and take out money. Mm-hmm. And because their financial situation at that time, of the government at that time, prevented them, it did not satisfy the condition to take out that money. So let me read this from the HSF Act for the benefit of Long Circular and the other UNC people who feel yesterday they were hitting 6s and 4s and really and truly they should have been given out, right? Section 12 of the HSF Act, 2007 or so, says, and this is to let them know what the monies that go into the fund. The resources of the fund shall consist of A, monies transferred from the Interim Revenue Stabilization Fund. So that was the name that Mr. Pandey had given to it, right? Yeah. And then Mr. Manning, seeing the need to create the heritage component, would have his administration would have made the changes and so on. 2, petroleum revenues deposited into the fund in accordance with Section 13. And 3, assets acquired and earned from investments. So that's the three sets of monies that you would find in the HSF fund. Monies transferred from the Interim Revenue Stabilization Fund, so that was done a long time ago. Yeah. So future monies would be petroleum revenues deposited into the fund in accordance with Section 13, which I will come to now, and assets acquired and earned from the investments. Section 13 says, and this is very important, where petroleum revenues collected in each quarter of any financial year, A, exceed the estimated petroleum revenues for that quarter of the financial year by more than 10%, the currency of the United States of America equivalent of the excess revenue shall be withdrawn from the consolidated fund and deposited to the fund in accordance with Section 14(1). Or B, where the petroleum revenues collected in each quarter of any financial year exceeds the estimated petroleum revenues for the quarter of a financial year, but do not exceed such estimated revenues by at least 10%, the minister may direct that the currency of the United States of America, equivalent of all or part of the excess revenue, shall be withdrawn from the consolidated fund and deposited to the fund in accordance with Section 14. So the Act places an obligation on the government to make deposits to the Heritage and Stabilization Fund in those circumstances where the estimated or budgeted revenues, the amount of money that the government would have indicated they expected to earn from petroleum in the budget, where it is that there is excess, so they earn more than they had budgeted, the excess, it says here, has to go, a portion of that excess has to go into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. As far as I'm aware, this government has not had that benefit. over the last 5 years and so of earning more energy revenues than was budgeted. I go on. 13.2 says, the deposits referred to in subsection 1 shall be made no later than the end of the month following the quarter in respect of which the deposit was calculated. For the purposes of this section, the estimated petroleum revenues other than royalties shall be calculated on the basis of a unit price per petroleum. Well, that's the technical part, so we don't need to get into that. For the purposes of this section, quarter means 3-month period ending December 31st, March 31st, June 30th, and September 30th. So the government has an obligation to put money into the HSF fund only where they earn more petroleum revenues than they had budgeted, right? Understand that. The People's Partnership would have been budgeting oil. Their budget would have been predicated on an oil price of about, in some cases, $80 a barrel, $75 a barrel, but they were earning for an extended period of time oil prices in the vicinity of $100+ per barrel. So they would have been earning more money. For the majority of their budgets, they would have been receiving excess on energy revenues, and therefore there was an obligation for them to put the money into the fund. But what they did was to spend out the money and then borrow to satisfy that legal obligation. But Long Circular wouldn't talk about that. Want to talk about the debt to GDP ratio and the public sector debt, which the PP contributed to by borrowing money to put in the HSF when they were supposed to use the excess revenues for that purpose. But I continue. Section 14, a minimum of 60% of the aggregate of the excess revenue shall be deposited in the fund during a financial year. All revenues to be deposited into the fund shall be a charge on the consolidated fund. Section 15, subject to subsection 2 and 3, where the, and this is the kicker, and I hope a Long Circular listening or Kingsley or whoever could get the message to him. This is why the People's Partnership wasn't able to take money from the HSF fund. Not that they didn't want to, they couldn't. Section 15 of the HSF Act says, subject to subsection 2 and 3, where the petroleum revenues collected in any financial year fall below the estimated petroleum revenues for that financial year by at least 10%, withdrawals may be made from the fund on as follows, whichever is the lesser amount of either 60% of the amount of the shortfall of petroleum revenues for that year, or B, 25% of the balance standing to the credit of the fund at the beginning of that year. The amount withdrawn from the fund in accordance with subsection 1 shall be deposited into the consolidated fund within 48 hours of such withdrawal. 3, notwithstanding subsection 1, no withdrawal may be made from the fund in any financial year where the balance standing to the credit of the fund would fall below $1 billion in the currency of the United States of America if such withdrawal were to be made. So, on account of the fact that the People's Partnership, for the majority of their tenure, were earning more revenues than they had projected, than they had budgeted. Therefore, that condition that needed to be met for them to make a withdrawal from the HSF fund did not exist, and therefore they could not. The law prevented them from doing so, because they would have had to wait till the end of every year to see, well, okay, we budgeted to get $40 billion or $45 billion in energy revenues for 2011, so we have to wait until the end of the financial year 2011 to see how much we received, how much we budgeted, and if there is a surplus or if there's a deficit, then if there's a deficit, we can withdraw. If there's a surplus, and 10% threshold, right? 10% threshold. You never satisfy that. And that is why Long Circular, they could not take money. So it's not that they didn't want to. I repeat, they couldn't because the law protected the fund from that band of marauders. So I hope when you have the next cricket match, they throw that into the mix. So I am not one to call it to other people's programs and stuff. We ain't doing that. Okay? I will put all the information there. People can take their notes, and when the next cricket match come up, deal with that. The second thing I wanted to deal with, Bruce, you see, is this claim, and this is well upset, man. You see this talk about, this government only doing things for the 1% and the 1% and the 1%, and they're only making the rich richer and the poor, and nothing for black people. That every time I hear the UNC sycophants, the literati come with that shoopiness, it gets me very upset. Extremely. And I will just highlight, in the interest of time, one example to disprove that, right? The Red House restoration project, Bruce, was done at a budget of approximately 441 million, right?
Yeah.
Which UNC found, well, the claim was all that money spent, money waste. We have Philip Alexander on the place, do a set alive in front of the Red House. All they do is change the paint color and change a few windows and some shingles on the roof. And that's his claim.
I went in there.
I doubt he did.
I used to walk through there as a child coming from primary school, you know. He ever went in there.
But that's all he did. Stand up outside, right? Put up his camera. He made the claim. Look, all they do is change the paint, change some shingles on the roof, and they change the windows. $441 million. And of course, the literati buy that hook, line, and sinker because it is in keeping with the narrative that they like to project about this government, right? But linking that now to the claim that the government don't do anything for black people. Well, after the UNC sing this song and the dance, Bruce, the Prime Minister got fed up of the situation and he decided to publish the list of contractors who worked on the Red House, right? I believe it was 22 contractors in all who did a variety of works. Let me just point this out. I'm going to allude, based on my research so far, I'm just going to allude to 5 of the 22 contractors. Contractor number 1. Let me pull it up here, right. So breakdown of Red House spending, the 22 packages for restoration and construction works at the Red House building and costs. Package/element of work, contractor, contract sum. I'm still doing some research to see the faces behind these companies, right? But I'll speak to the ones that I know about. Let me see here. For lift installation, that's the elevators and so on, right?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been to the Parliament building yet, so I don't know if they have an escalator, but based on what time. RBP Lifts Limited. They received a contract with $4,501,795, right? RBP Lifts is black owned. 3 black men, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Barnes, and Mr. Perryman. Mr. Barnes died a few years ago, so right now it's just Mr. Robinson and Mr. Perryman, right?
Yeah.
Black owned. $4.5 million. Going again. Where is this other one? Let me see here. It's not, bear with me. It's so jumbled up. I'll just look for the contract figure. Right. Electrical installation. Lazama Electrical Services Limited. $60,042,811.03. Let me repeat that figure. $60,042,811.03. So we're approaching 65 million so far. Yeah. 2 black-owned companies. I'm going again. Where is it? So. Right, furniture of fit-out. Bewell and Company Limited. $3,643,713.81. The company owned by a gentleman by the name of Barry Ferdinand, another black man. Right? But nothing for black people. We don't have successful black business owners in this country.
Of course not.
Only the 1%, they own everything. Black people don't own nothing. We go again. What's the other 2 that I had identified so far? Because as I said, I'm doing my research. Just now, where is it? Adams. Right, plumbing installation. Anthony James Plumbing Maintenance and Construction Services, $7,430,902.95. Right? There's one more that I identified, which is, let me see here. I think I saw the thing yesterday, no? Where is it? Right. Structure and block work. Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, $32,300,921.23. So when we add up all of that, Bruce, it works up to about $110 million, right?
Okay.
more than approximately 25% of the contract, the total contract so far, went to just 5 black-owned businesses. And so they're still looking into some of the other companies to see $110 million. The black people can't run business in this country. The government ain't giving nothing to black people. Everything is the 1%. They don't talk about the 9% who own the groceries and the hardware and who own the companies that involve in road paving. Because I don't know any 1% that involve in road paving, right? But there's only the 1%. The hardware, who own the majority of hardware, Bruce? The 1%? Eh? Right.
But they will say that.
Yeah.
They will say that.
See, and that's the stupidness. Because when Mr. George, I believe it was, right? So Mr. George, in that program that this guy did, Anthony Bourdain, where the whole 1% thing originated from, because it's from then on we started hearing about this 1% thing, where he made the comment that they are just 1% of the population, but they control 95% of the wealth in the country and so on, and their entire grouping consists of about 5,000 people, right? You trying to tell me we don't have 5,000 black business owners in this country? When I say black, let me specify 5,000 Afro-Trinidadian owned businesses in this country. We don't have that. You see, the biggest problem is that Afro-Trinidadian businessmen tend to remain in the shadows. They don't come out and say, look, man, I hear, right? No. So you will see them and they look normal. They don't see the need to flaunt their wealth and so on.
Exactly.
You pass them in the grocery, in the hardware, wherever it is, and you would never believe there's a millionaire. Looking simple as ever. And because of that, they continue to push this talk about black people, and black people can't handle business, and black people in this country suffering and all kind of thing. Left foot, right foot, and the PNM, that's what the PNM is always give their supporters as handouts and so on. But all of these bleeding hearts who talk about the government, the PNM government only, don't care about their people. And they ain't giving them nothing, and what are they giving them? Just hampers and so on. What are they advocating? Anything of substance to lift these people out of poverty? No. They're only pushing subsistence. So let's give them something so that they could continue to live paycheck to paycheck. Give them something so that they could continue to live month to month, or week to week as the case may be. But they're not talking substance to say, well, do this to help the people to come out of poverty so they don't go back. After 5 years, the same Kamala that you all pushing, what did she do? How many Afro-Trinidadians became millionaires under Kamala? Since she did such great work, we shouldn't have any poor people in the country now. And Lavatel should be wealthy. Beatam should be wealthy.
Tell you something, Dominic. On many occasions, I've heard people talk about black business this and black business that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, is my one issue? Black supporting black.
Yes.
I will have my business, right? And I will have my corporate clients. I'm going to put it that way. I will have my corporate clients, right? And when I give an estimate for something, and I break down that estimate and give it to that client, they see how everything is happening here, and they say, okay, no problem. I could work with this, no problem.
Right.
I will do an estimate, quote unquote, for somebody like me. I know I had a year, Dominic. All that money you charging for that? So you can go by Dominic and get that and bring it here and use it. There is hardly, I wouldn't say none, there is hardly support from, you see, in black to black. Right? And I have seen where, and I have personal experiences where if I give this individual this price to do this, and I give that individual, most of the time, if it's somebody like me, the price is a problem.
Right.
If it's somebody who's not like me, I tend to hear things like, okay, no problem. When you want it now or you want it when you finish it?
Right.
I always be like, hold up. When I finish it, we go deal.
Yeah.
So mind you, there are the people that look like me that I deal with who, when I say, okay, this is what it's going to cost, they have no problem with it whatsoever. They will say, okay, no problem. It even have people who say, why are you charging that little for something like this?
Yes.
You understand? But in general, what we need to do, and I've always said this, is support each other. That's all it is. I'm not saying don't go and buy from this one and don't go to get work from that one and that. I'm just saying we need to start to support each other a little more. Because you yourself, you might complain about a price. I might say, Dominic, I want this done, and you might say this. I say, oh, God, boy, Dominic, boy, so much, boy. But then again, Dominic might go and charge somebody else for the same thing. Might even charge them more because of the situation may be different. And that person will be ever too happy to say, okay, thank you very much. And here's your money or whatever the case might be for your services. We need to respect each other. That's what it is. We have no respect for each other where things like this are concerned. Because it is, I know you and you know me, and I have no respect. You have a business and I have no respect. I come every day, I want to trust. But when I go by Mr. Chin or by Uncle Singh, I'm making sure I work with all my money.
Right.
Right? But every time I come by you, I come with a note or send any children with a note like I used to do a long time. Send a note. You understand? Every time you want to trust, oh God. Remember, if I do that to everybody, I buying back goods? I buying back goods for when goods run out, boy? You see, we need to support each other a little more. Most of the time, there are a lot of people that they don't be proud when they see you doing good. And they see, what boy, Dominic driving a nice car, and Dominic always nice and neat, and everything going nice for Dominic, boy. He this, he that, and he the other. Not a proud, you know. You will get the proud from some, you know.
Yes.
The genuine, you will get the proud. But I don't want it. I don't want it from some. That is my problem. I want it from all. Don't look at somebody and envy them. You don't know how much nights I stay up studying, how much little events that my friends and them probably was going to, and hey, why come, let me go down. But I can't go that, and I had to study here. When I was putting in the work for me to be successful where I'm at now, where were you? People just get vexed with me for saying these things. But at the end of the day, I tell you, I live it almost every day.
Right.
So look at, well, like I mentioned to you, the course I am doing now. I first did this course back in 1992 when I just came out of school, and I did it for some years. And while gaining the experience, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wasn't as strong then as I am now. So what I did was I say, see me, I go to that me about this. Because every time I do so and I do a job and I try to do things as neat as possible, nice thing, and everything running smooth and it's time to collect money, is some problem. And then the hurtful thing about it is, the first two guys that I did this with were supposed to be friends of the family. And two black brothers like myself.
Right.
And when you hear these stories now from then to now about these same two individuals, there's nothing good you hear. They're supposed to be businessmen doing business, but the way in which the next thing too, the way in which they're doing business, the way in which they want to treat their workers. That's another, according to you, that's something for Sunday.
Yeah.
The way in which you treat your workers, and you don't want to. You're saying that, you know, I get work, like okay, so I'm supposed to be coming and praising you every day. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, you gave me a job based on my qualifications and stuff like that. And when I started to work, You realize I am competent. So then, therefore, okay. And like with most jobs, you get an appraisal in order for you to get a raise or for you to be cautioned if you know you're lapsing. You know, come on. We need to.
But instead, what you get, Bruce, is, well, it wasn't for me. If I didn't get our work, you would not do this, you would not do that.
I get our work, so you're supposed to be happy. I get our work, so here we're going on. You ain't supposed to say nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
yes.
Wherever I do you, you do me. Yeah, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to take that. I had to take that. Though no matter what experience I have, I come with again. You will come on. Could do better than that.
I just want to say to them, Bruce, is that again, and instead of only coming to talk about what Kamala had done and so on, Kamala get the people calling me orange. Had a big launch in Hilton and bring a whole battalion of riot police with big guns and shields and so on. Why? Because people from Laventille and people from Beetham come into the Hilton, you know, as if to say never see, come see. And we know they're not accustomed to a place like the Hilton. So if in case they start to get on rowdy and we need to beat them down. But these people, things they don't talk about that, right? We'll talk about that. $69 or $67 a day, or whatever it is. And then they had to pay for their jerseys and their uniforms and whatever. Right? Baby grant. That's what Kamala did. But they wouldn't talk about the technical institute that Mr. Manning instituted and by the Rambund in Laventille there for them to go and learn a trade. So that they could come now and work for themselves and earn money instead of having to depend on whoever it is. I saw something recently on WSVN news the other night with a Florida station where this young lady from Trinidad, while she was in Trinidad, she was having trouble getting a job and so on. So she learned a trade, she did plumbing, and then she decided to migrate to the US to work as a babysitter. And while working there, she was able to do little work and stuff with plumbing. Somebody who was involved in the plumbers union saw what she was doing and they decided to take her under their wings as an apprentice, right? Now, she's a citizen in the United States and she holds a significant position in one of those cities, New York, I think, or something like that, where she works with the plumbers union and so on. She's a licensed plumber and stuff. Things like that. There are opportunities. You have must, you have hype, you have yapper, all these things. My lad, my part. But they wouldn't talk and tell the people here what? Push them in that direction. No, the PNM ain't getting all in nothing, and the PNM don't care about black people, and the PNM ain't nothing for the only left foot and right foot, and all that stupidness. But tell me, compare all of these different programs that the PNM would have put in place, right, as to what Kamala would have put in place. What did she do? When it is Mr. Manning wanted to put UTT in place, it's the same Kamala Prasad Bissau jump up and say we don't need another university in Trinidad and Tobago to compete with UE, and we have enough private tertiary institutions. They're just wasting money on UTT. How many people have benefited and gotten their degrees from UTT?
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, and then everybody's want to say that, you know, everything can be about race.
Yeah.
But when you check it, right? Anyway, let me not go there, Dominic. Let me not go there.
Yeah.
Let me not go there.
I feel you.
I see the letter coming. Let me not go there.
Yeah.
Because you see, the thing about it is, like I say, look, I'm watching my boy John Smith and I'll deal with him there. Right? How many black-owned radio stations are there? Mr. John Smith, I'm sure you're still listening, although you can't type nothing anymore. Let me tell you something, partner. According to one of the guys here, nobody not stopping anybody from having a radio station.
Right.
In fact, nobody cannot stop anybody, whether you be black, white, purple, green, Indian, Syrian, however it is. Nobody can stop you from doing whatever business you want to do. You just have to put your mind to it and go in motion, do what you need to do and put your things in place and
yeah.
There are certain things in order to do to keep your thing alive, up and running, whatever revenues that is based on, and you head down to that direction and you get your things done.
That's right. And Bruce, you always say, I will talk about how when he used to come from Point Fortin, sleeping in cars, sleeping in the savannah after show and all kind of things, sleeping on people's couch.
Exactly. So come on.
There's a mindset. If you want to achieve it, the opportunities are there.
Yeah.
You could make it. But if you choose to remain in the victim mindset, I supported PNM for all these years and PNM ain't gave me nothing. I looking for a little work in the corporation. That's the ambition?
Let me say something.
To go and work in the corporation?
When I just came out of school, when I just finished school, and my mom asked, what do you want to do? I say, well, it has some people came in the school and talked to us about radio and television. I like that. She said, right, no problem. You're going to do that, right? When I finished that, she said, what do you want to do now? I say, well, I like the electrical. I could try man of that. Yeah, you fix up. Go and do that. Nice. Right. Now, somewhere around that time, now, my mom has worked with the government from since she started working till she finished her 30 years. And I can't remember what went on around that particular time, but I remember seeing her coming in and seeing her down, like she's sad, and I wasn't sure what was going on. And when she asked me, she said, what do you want to do again? I say, I want to go and work. Whatever I want to do again, I will do it. I will pay and do it for myself. I'm ready to go and work.
Right.
And Dominic, from then till now, I am still working. I do all kinds of things there, what I can do. So when I hear people talking about what they do for me, brother, man, sister, forget what they do for you and what they didn't do for you, or however you want to put it. Get up and handle your scene. Go with the mindset, nobody doing nothing for you. You are to handle your scene. Because I just say, today or tomorrow, however the thing go, whether it be who in government, I still have to get up early in the morning.
That's right.
Come to work, to make $1, to see about my family. I cannot sit down in a chair home to talk about who do and who ain't do and who want to do and who. You see that stupidness? We need to come out of that nonsense. And if it is we start supporting each other, like how we support everybody else, hey, we ain't got no problems, It ain't gonna, we don't care about the poor black man and the poor black man. And if you know, I hate to hear that. If you know, I hate to hear the poor black man this and the poor black man that and the poor. Come on.
Yeah. As if there's a badge of honor to it.
Come on. Oh, they ain't doing that. No, but like I tell I asked the guy did travel with the day. You had some sort of interaction with Dr. Rowley, and it wasn't too favorable. And no, you never spoke to him. No. Somebody in your family went to him. Didn't. No. You just don't like the man, just so?
Yeah. Because propaganda, I just listen to Douglaya politics.
That's why I
Gosh.
I know. I just be so glad to know that it have a lot of us in my family are doing their own thing, and we always try to, once one person doing something, everybody just try to come together and support, and that is be so nice. And if everybody just do that, nobody no set of problems. I ain't saying that we wouldn't have challenges, Dominic, but oh gosh, boy.
See, we have some time for a call or two there, so. See.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I do business, and I can tell you from experience. If you want somebody to cut you up, check my own people. So then I have the money to pay, and the paying in pieces is tight. And I still want to tell you something, We just buying to all Mrs. Kamla Prasad at all. No rapid rail, but who's selling the cars? Who's selling the cars? Their own financiers. No property tax to who? Is it to the poor? You own them all? You own any big businesses anywhere? Listen to them speak. All they speak is about hate, you know. They're trying to build a anarchy in this country and shut you up, you know. When you done, you alone making it jail is hate to look into bill. We have something as a black person called self-hate. So they know how to build on that with Dr. Rowley. They did it to Manning, and up to now they can't tell you why they did hate Manning. You understand what I'm showing you? And they do the same thing to Dr. Rowley. Who signed that list there, Dom Shagaramas, for $1 a year for the next, 30 years? Right, Ali? Prime land? Watch and see how much and down they build up. Who is 1%? What about the one person who was getting all this contract SIS? And when election night come, he go on. $1.2 billion spent down there. And he didn't get his money and he gone. Ask him how many contracts he got. Them cannot talk about anybody. And anybody who entertaining that on the program with no facts and can't even challenge him something wrong. They waste the money. She spent $1.2 billion to build one hospital. Dr. Roddy spent $2 billion and built 5. And out of that hospital, nobody mentions it. Over $400 million in legal fees. Mrs. Kamala Prasad, the Satan, and Long Circle and the Kingsley and all it. All they want inquiry? Inquire about all this money and things they spend. Let me tell you something. The money that they boast and they give black people. They give people who are involved in wrongdoing, knowing that they're going to be fighting like one another for one another, like cat and dog, and people are going to get killed out and all kind of things. They have a nasty political science and the people. Not only that, you know. It's a joke, you know, they're playing on the illiterates of Trinidad and Tobago. That is why they have 7 black men who they say they give and they get sit down there in the jail. Over 7 years now. Who he was the head of? And he was the head of a particular program that they was running, spent $400 million. That's how black people get. That's how we get. When they done, they get the take back because you sit down in jail for how much years. Who is the lawyer? Who helped them? Who bailed them out? That is what they do to black people. Let me tell you something. Don't study them. Them just want to build hate. This is among the own people that tell you about Dr. Eric Williams didn't like Indian and all this that do the shit. Now they come to tell you about 1%. Why you hear the read out? So you see what thing I read out? Because a lot of black people get the contract. Let that man get contract now. Karim and all of them. Let them get contract under that red house and see if you will have the same mouth that you have today. Don't listen to them. Then they just repeat to the UNCC, and we all know that. But I tell you, I just do business. And if you want to get real cut up, it's from my own black people. Sometimes you ain't going, somebody watching your house and you can't buy over a man. Them can't talk to me. I experience it and I live it. I am out.
See, Dominic?
Yep.
See? I come in by your Dominic and I say, Dominic boy, well, 500 borrow. See, I Bruce, no problem. Yeah. But every day I'm watching you. Dominic, hold $5 now. Hold $5 now. Oh gosh, boy. Hey. Boy, we need to do something about that too.
Yeah.
We need to do something about that.
Yes, we need to change the conversation. It can't be, yeah.
We could do better than that. Plenty better than that.
Plenty.
Plenty better than that. But I will be my plans are to announce my little business very soon.
Excellent.
Very soon. I have some more how should I say? Some more research to do, a little more advice to get. I have to come down and sit down and talk to you and all. Yeah, I start to put some things in place because you see when the Lord say he ready for me,
right?
My children mustn't be stressed at all. As the Lord say he ready for me, no problem, Father, here I come.
Right.
Everything in place for them children and them. Yeah. I ain't able. We had to start to think a little different, man.
Yeah.
We had to start to think a little different. And the nice thing about it is we're capable of doing so much. I mean, not everybody will be, you know, in the bank or the financial sector or business, that kind of business head. Your construction thing, you're good with your hands, all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
I know a friend of mine who does sew.
Yeah.
She do all baking too. She could cook. That is part of my next venture, because when you see Christmas time coming and all who don't want to sew the little curtain and you just want to go and buy, you go in town buy a cloth and bring it.
Yeah.
Right? Work out a nice little price for you.
Yeah.
Give you time to come back and collect your business, and you're good to go. Only look out for that, you know. Remember I say that, eh? Take care of him and call it Bruce Wayne Sewing Services. Careful.
Oh, Wayne, Bruce Wayne Enterprises.
You understand?
Wayne Enterprises. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. I agree with that. They need to look at not everybody is academically inclined, but there are people good with their hands. Because I told you, Bruce, recently I did some remodeling at home there, and in my room I did the gypsum ceiling and stuff. And the work that the guy did, I was very impressed. He called his price. I paid. I didn't have a problem with it because I was very happy with the work.
And that's the next thing, guys. Let us try to meet the prices that... I mean, oh gosh, some of us may charge a little ridiculous. If it's that, you could stay away from it, and no problem with that. But we supporting each other. Let me try and keep the prices nice. But at the same time, you don't want a man do a work, and when he don't do the work, it come like he work for nothing.
Yeah.
I make no sense. You would not like that for yourself. You would not like that for yourself. So you need to start to take into consideration the time and energy it takes to complete a job, especially a job well done. So that here what going on. Hey, nah boy, this person, this guy, he deserve every cent. He or she deserve every cent. Let me sort it out one time. And let us support each other in that way and come out of this.
And refer them too. When they do good work, refer them. Because I referred the guy, a colleague of mine, putting up apartments, and she was so impressed. She said, well, he will get a job.
You see?
So he will do the ceiling and all the apartments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me stop talking about this poor black man thing. Let me stay away from that negative stereotype, and let me forget that.
Yeah.
When you're talking on the Titans, there's no poor black man here. Forget that. Take that out of your vocabulary.
Yes.
Let me move on a positive head here now. Fed up hearing that now, oh gosh. Well, guys, the countdown has begun. They had me so into it this morning. Let me see who is the daily word. So the daily word for today is belong. Authentic living is my key to belonging. Among the billions of people on this planet, there is only one me. There is not another soul on earth who can make the unique contributions, yes, I am here to make. The most wonderful paradox is that the more I choose authenticity, the truer I am to being myself. The more easily I find myself with people and in situations that show me how much I truly belong. Embracing and celebrating all that sets me apart helps me see how each of us is here to do what no other can. Each one of us is a part of the full spectrum of creation, and we all belong. Even as I celebrate differences, I look beyond them to see the divinity that joins us as members of one family to which we all belong. So we who are many are one body in Christ, and individually we are members of another. Romans 12:5. So guys, you see? That's all the time we have for today. Talk to you guys tomorrow, please God. Dominic, you are on Sunday.
Sunday.
God, yes.
Yes.
All right, so guys, we out. Dominic.
Ciao.
No.
Assistant.
Let me catch my breath on here. Me playing mad in real life, I'm tired. Somebody say yeah. George, you are red energy, right? Only that away from the setup.
Hold on. Hold in your stomach.
A red belly, you know.
And just sing. Sing from your heart, ding dong. Just sing.
From the age of 10, had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right from the bed. Later then, how much money you spend? It's so one way again. She marking every cent. You see, I just too much girl in time. You see, I make too much of a choice. You see, I never be again. I want it first. All them get this first. I want it first. Low. All who play the Duke, let me see a trumpet sign.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
If you could top up your car when you want, give me $5 in super. Your phone when you want. Hello? You'll call me back, my credit done in. Why you can't top up your TV when you want? Well, now you can with Direct TV Prepaid. Top up when you want and get the best in entertainment with a 15 or 30-day TV top-up. Don't hurt your head. Get all your favorite TV shows, movies, and more without having to bang your belly. Now you're really looking good with Direct TV Prepaid. Well, what you waiting on? Purchase your kit, install, and activate with WhatsApp or SMS at 390-3288.
Due to the reinstatement of COVID-19 restrictions, our office